are bringing you an eyewitness account of what's happening on the Wilmuth Farm, Grover's Mill, New Jersey.
Ladies and gentlemen, my on. Ladies and gentlemen, studying the object while the captain and two policemen advanced with something in their hands. I can see it now. It's a white handkerchief tied to a pole. Flag of truce. If those creatures know what that means, what anything means. Wait a minute, something's happening. Humped shape is rising out of the pit. I can make out a small beam of light against a mirror. What's that? There's a jet of flame springing from the mirror, and it leaps right at the advancing men. It strikes them head on. Oh, Lord, they're turning into flames. Oh, the whole field's caught up by the woods, the barns, the gas tanks of the automobiles spreading everywhere. It's coming this way now, about 20 yards to my right.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue the broadcast from Grover's Mill. Evidently, there's some difficulty with our field transmission.
What's going on, adventurers? VKJ. I also have my dad with me, along with Ellie the Bee, the alien explorer. We're always looking for interesting oddities, bizarre happenings. As I was doing some research, I fell upon an event, at a time, a moment in American history that was interesting, to say the least. There was a broadcast that captivated not just New Jersey, but the entire United States of America. It was called the War of the Worlds. One of the first places they land, or maybe the first place they land, was right here, Grover's Mills, New Jersey. Ellie the Bee could be an extraterrestrial, I'm not sure. Come with me on this adventure today, and we're going to figure out of what really happened here in Grover's Mills, New Jersey, this interesting but crazy event. Let's go!
The Columbia Broadcasting System and its affiliated stations present Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater on the Air in The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells.
So as you're walking down this path in this park, it says War of the Worlds broadcast. In 1938, there was no televisions or cell phones. People gathered around the radios for news and entertainment. America was just coming out of the Great Depression, and Adolf Hitler was recently ascended into power in Germany. A threat of another world war had Americans on edge. The War of the Worlds was a science fiction novel by H.G. Wells that was adopted by the Mercury Group on CBS Radio at 8 p.m. on October 30th. In 1938, the script was written and performed so it would sound like a news broadcast about an alien invasion. While the broadcasters made several periodic announcements that the show was fictional performance, many listeners believed that the events were actually happening. What's funny is that in my limited experience about broadcasting, if you're doing something live, even if you mention that it's fictional or real or not real, if you don't tune in at that exact moment and hear that, and you tune in 2 seconds later, then you really have no idea of whether it is or isn't.
Could be a news program.
It could be, absolutely. So we're at a park here in Grover's Mills. We're walking down this little path, and it looks like we're coming upon another placard here with some information on it. Let's see what it says. The October 30th broadcast.
Very young Orson Welles there.
Yeah, there he is.
He gained a little weight later on.
The broadcast was 1 hour long and consisted of multiple news bulletins.
Some orchestra playing.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Yep. The skit involved on the scene reporters.
It is reported that at 8:50 p.m. a huge flaming object, believed to be a meteorite, fell on a farm in the neighborhood of Grover's Mill, New Jersey.
The Martians attacked and destroyed the New Jersey state militant people, and then attacked other cities throughout the country, including New York. This area is really picturesque. I mean, it's right next to this lake.
Yeah. No wonder the aliens landed here.
I know. It was a beautiful place to land. Why not go? Why go anywhere else?
Go fishing.
So here's some interesting quotes from the broadcast.
This from reporter.
Grover's Mill reporter. Okay.
Good heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is kind of V-shaped with saliva dripping from its rimless lips. It seemed to quiver and pulsate.
They weren't messing around. I think what was very interesting, too, is they really decided to really drive home some of the locations to make it really feel like it was happening. Of course, This did not just affect the New Jersey area. There was international reaction. Approximately 6 million people are believed to have heard the broadcast, and there have been conflicting ideas about the number of people
That actually panicked.
that actually panicked.
There came this broadcast, you tuned in, and there was news about landings, and and some people, I think, in the reacting, sort of mixed up the Martians with the Germans.
And the phone started ringing, and I began to get hysterical calls saying, where are the invaders and what's happening? And I said, come on, this is just Orson Welles' Mercury Theater, because I had the program on the monitor. And I said, it's just a regular show, take it easy, it's just a regular Mercury Theater, it's the War of the Worlds, and don't panic, there are no invaders.
We saw that in the control room, there were a great many policemen, and every moment more. A very tense atmosphere was generated in the studio. We thought, well, something's gone wrong. Some few people have complained and have swallowed what we're telling them about the Martians having come to the world. But we didn't know that it wasn't a few people. It was, in fact, nationwide.
The Haidt family from Brooklyn, New York, were listening to the broadcast that night. Two of the daughters still have vivid memories of the events that followed.
Yeah. And although I was only 12 at the time, I was distressed that they changed it to music. And then all of a sudden, wait, you gotta listen to this. And then they broke into the music with a news flash. I got scared.
But we had to stay tuned to it, you see.
So Mother went into the bedroom and she said to them, listen, children, get up. Why do we have to get up? She says, get up. She said, because we're going to die. And if we're going to die, we're going to die all together.
You were aware of terror at the time you were giving this role? Were you aware that terror was going on throughout the nation?
Oh, no, of course not.
We did Dracula and...
At the following day's press conference, Orson Welles was all innocence. But 20 years later, he told a different story.
In fact, we weren't as innocent as we meant to be when we did the Martian broadcast. Everything that came over this new magic box, the radio, was being swallowed. Radio came, and I suppose now television. Anything that came through that new machine was believed.
Legend has it that locally some residents opened fire on a water tower thinking it was a Martian. Yeah, I read that. Okay, adventurers, it's October 1938, and we just heard the Orson Welles War of the Worlds broadcast. So suddenly we go grab our shotguns and we come outside and we're going to search and keep the world safe from Martians. Okay, so you to imagine that's happening, okay? And now we're walking around out here, and they're walking down into the center of town. And then what do they see?
Is that what I think it is?
Over top of this fence right here is the water tower that they shot with their shotgun. So you can see it right back over there. I'm gonna zoom in right now. So right back in that area, right over there, is the water tower that they thought was an alien. I don't want to disturb them or go on their property or anything like that, but we're trying to get a glimpse of it. Oh, there's a really good one right there. So this might actually be the best angle. I've never seen anything look like that in my entire life. Any water tower, anything.
Yeah.
I could actually kind of see now how they could mistake that for maybe one of the alien aircrafts.
I've never seen a wooden water tower, and that is over 100 years old.
Anyhow, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that one.
Have you ever seen a water tower that was mistaken as a Martian invader? I don't think so, but you have seen it today here on Vacation Education.
I wonder if the bullet holes are still in it, from the guy shooting the shotgun.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
And CBS had to promise never again to use the We Interrupt This Program format as in fictional entertainment.
Yeah.
We interrupt this program. I'm going to start using that in our videos. We were walking around the park here, stumbled upon a resident that said that he grew up here in Grover's Mill. He believes that spaceship actually did land. The War of the Worlds story is actually true and thought that we might think that he's a little crazy. That he did experience an alien landing, him and about 12 other people.
Seeing the craft, he said.
Yeah, well, he saw the craft, exactly. It wasn't dispelled by the authorities here, and like he was crazy or anything like that. It's very interesting to talk to someone from here that gives some validity to the story. Is it a possibility that Orson Welles was predicting the future? Maybe he was a time traveler. You don't really know. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. As we were walking around the lake and coming upon all the different placards, we fell upon this big bush, and it's actually not facing the path. It's facing out here to the open area of the park. When you walk around to the front here is where they erected the plaque to remember what happened here in Grover's Mill. When this first happened, way back on October 30th, 1938, people were very embarrassed on how they reacted to the radio broadcasts. They really took it as truth. And so for a long time, this was like the situation you would not speak of here in Grover's Mill, right? Only until many years later, they realized that it wasn't going to go away, okay, that they were going to be kind of known for this, and they kind of doubled down on it a little bit, and that is when this placard came to be here at the park.
The whole town joined in for the 80th anniversary of the Martian invasion. The West Windsor Arts Council even commissioned some new art.
We have a 12-foot sculpture by Eric Schultz. He's a New Jersey-based sculptor using found objects.
Found objects are easy to find. They're everywhere. They're on the side of the road. They're in the trash. They're in my garage. They're in a lot of people's garage. What does an alien look like? You know, I had to really think about that because there's a lot of information on that. So the main eye was kind of the Overwatch, you know, that there's something up in space that's the big ship that they're watching through that, and the small face is really for whatever is actually happening on the surface, and they communicate to each other, sort of.
Scout Ship by Eric Schultz is just the first alien art object created as part of the Martian Art Project.
On the corner of Scott Avenue and Alexander Road, here in Princeton Junction, very close to Grover's Mill, New Jersey, where supposedly in the World of Worlds, the aliens landed, the first place they touched down. This actually hasn't been here that long. It took a while for it to develop. There's actually an arts academy over here to the right. He actually created it from, you know, junk just in the area and depicted one of the aliens from War of the Worlds. In closer inspection, you can see some of the parts they actually used. Up there in the back, you can see some rakes. Up here in the front, the little arms are actually like things you would use in the garden, like little
and pliers heads.
And pliers heads right there. So really cool.
It looks like there's a bird's nest in there too. There's a bird living in the alien.
Why not? If you were a bird, why would you not want to have an alien as a house? I have to say, it's one of the coolest monuments I've ever seen. It says, right there, it says Martian landing site, and you have a spaceship up here with literally tentacles coming out of it.
The young Orson Welles.
And then, of course, the dates, October 30th, 1938, Grover's Mill, New Jersey, and then the fearful family down there huddled around the radio. On the evening of October 30th, 1938, Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater presented a dramatization of H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds. This was to become a landmark in broadcast history, provoking continuing thought about the media's responsibility. For a brief time, as many as 1 million people throughout the country believe that Martians have invaded the Earth, beginning with Grover's Mill in New Jersey.
Well, I just think it's interesting that they had to use Grover's Mill, New Jersey, in the broadcast. You know, which was really a real place, which, you know, tends to make you think it's a real happening too. They could have just used any kind of fictional name of a town or something like that if it was in the story. But
right, kind of like what Stephen King does. Our next stop on the War of the Worlds tour here in Grover's Mill is right here to this coffee shop. Get some coffee and check out some of the memorabilia they have here. So come on, let's go. So here it is. It's called Grover's Mill Coffee Roasting Company, Coffee and Tea House. And they got all sorts of great stuff. Hello Spring, Irish cream latte. Looks like a normal place. Thanks. Oh.
I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, I told you. They have the Aliens 75th anniversary Grover's Mill Coffee House. Gotta love it. And of course, they have the War of the Worlds poster right there. Wow, this place is awesome. There's one of the posters, probably from one of the first movies, I would assume.
Yeah, Color by Technicolor.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, they literally have their own version of a alien invader right there. Wow. Hey, that's the Grover Mill barn right there that is depicted in the painting. This is the angle right here, there. Because you could see the Grover's Mill sign right here, and right over there in this area, over here in this area right here, that's where the alien is lurking over. Alien attacking. Some more memorabilia right here. That's a recent poster, obviously, right there. Tom Cruise, of course. Welcome to the West Windsor, New Jersey, home of the original Grover's Coffee Mill. This is since 2005. Did you draw the no?
Me, the previous owner, daughter did.
Okay.
She was in high school.
Our new friend right here. What's your name?
Isa, I-S-A.
Isa? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lisa without L.
Okay, Isa. Okay. Came here in search of aliens. We haven't found one yet, but we did find the best alien drink available, and that is called the Green Alien.
White mocha and pistachio and real pistachio on top.
Oh, wow.
Like a hot or ice?
Ice.
Ice.
Or do you want hot?
Regular milk?
Yeah, that's fine.
2 ice regular milk? And 2? Or 1?
Just get one.
Yeah, I run out the Green Alien cookie. Generally, I have Green Alien
Okay.
cookie.
He usually has a Green Alien cookie, but we're gonna have to get the biscotti.
We're here to go.
For here.
Baby
Great.
biscotti.
All right, wonderful.
Did you get it, David?
Sure. Because of our new friend here, Isa, he single-handedly saved the Grover's Mill Coffee Shop. He was just explaining to us that the family that owned it and originated it, they had the dream of handing it over to their children, but unfortunately, like a lot of things, the children aren't always interested and taking the reins. But luckily, he stepped in, saved the coffee shop for all of us future aliens to come here and enjoy it.
All the customer over the year, they like donated all the.
Oh wow! Technology advances, but we stay the same. This one says here, pre-war, before Spielberg, Wells scares us silly. There's the 50th anniversary, and that was in 1988. Hey, look at this right here. This is pretty cool. It says, City of Trenton, New Jersey, Federal Communications Commission, to avoid a reoccurrence of a very grave and serious situation that developed in the community last night due to the public misinterpretation of the broadcast, War of the Worlds, we completely crippled communication facilities of our police department for about 3 hours. I'm requesting that immediately make an investigation, everything possible to prevent a reoccurrence. That's how serious it was.
The situation was so cute that 2,000 phone calls were received in
2 hours. Wow.
People are so gullible.
Yeah.
There's a real newspaper from the New York Post.
Yeah, it says radio war panic brings inquiry.
1938. And you know what's really shocking about this? It was only 3 cents. I thought I was going to talk about the article.
I did.
But
no.
That's the shocking part.
He said there's some stuff in the bathroom too. Of course, an alien mask. And they have
all species.
All species bathroom, including the Martian Man.
The aliens have to go.
Of course. We want you to drink coffee.
Our coffee.
Our Drink our coffee, exactly. And do you own the shop now, or? Oh, so you're the. How long have you owned it?
I own 1.5 years now.
1.5 years now? Okay, very cool.
The previous owner retired. They moved to.
I got it.
They moved to Vermont.
They went to Vermont. Were they the people that kind of originated it, or was
yes, they get originated back to 2005.
Okay.
They opened here.
So they opened here, and now you took over the mantle, the alien.
Yeah, Italian family.
Okay.
Pop, and coffee. Pop's name comes from his name.
Okay.
Pop's Italian. The dark roast, and then we have obviously Orson's.
Yeah.
Orson's Espresso. And then we have Invasion roast.
Where's that at? Invasion roast. That's
All
great.
Coffees, it's out of this world.
That's so cool. Grover's Mill Coffee. It's out of this world.
Yeah.
The most alien drink you have here is the Green Alien. Is that what you're saying?
Alien, yes.
Okay, I think
Our
we're.
signature drink, the most popular drink.
I think we're gonna have to get that. I think we're gonna have to
Really
try that.
Good one.
Okay.
And then we have Alien cookies, but we sold out. I just ordered from local bakery.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Oh, very good. Okay, thank you.
We have Martian here.
Oh, very cool. So here's some more Martians just sitting there relaxing. Oh, look at this right here. Here's another little alien sitting on top of the coffee beans.
And so we have an event called Coffee Workshop event.
Okay.
Out of this world experience.
Okay.
This experience includes history of Grover's Mill coffee.
Okay.
And then we talk about basically coffee growing region, history of coffee, interactive roasting demonstration, coffee brewing techniques, and coffee tasting with the locally baked desserts.
Wow.
Yeah, once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah.
They got alien this, alien that, workshops.
Yeah, we have every other Thursday, 6 to 8 open mic.
Okay. So.
And then Saturday, outside live music, 11 to 1 when the weather is.
Is it going to be an alien band?
Sometimes. We put the white mocha.
Okay.
And pistachio.
Okay.
Espresso. Milk, and obviously ice cube, which is that now many places they use the ice coffee cubes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and then it's going to be real
ice coffee cubes.
And green alien now.
Oh, and he put the extra green on there.
Could we have a small cup? Of
course.
Yeah, that's great. Perfect. We can split it down.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for visiting.
Of course. They got their signature for the Grover's Mill Coffee. It's out of its world. That's their mascot right there.
They got to keep them under glass.
Yeah. And then, of course, they have a Martian Invader toy right there.
Wind-up tin toy.
Wind-up tin toy. And then this gentleman also told us that a customer here actually made these models. It's definitely from one of the world's movies. And then here's another one of the monsters right over here. Pretty awesome stuff. They also have, it looks like, some Grover Mill magnets right here. So you can take the alien home with you.
There's the mascot right there.
Absolutely, yeah, that's pretty cool. They got a lot of memorabilia here. They got a lot of memorabilia. So here's the one my dad was just holding up right there. And then they have over here the 85th anniversary of Grover's Mill, the Martian invasion, 1938. And then, of course, the picture they have depicted on the wall right there, it says Grover's Mill Company, Grover's Mill Coffee and Roastery, New Jersey. I really like this painting a lot. That's so cool. Nice and colorful. I mean, you got the thing crawling over top of the mill, but also you have these meteors coming down over here. It's cool. It says here, welcome to Grover's Mill. And we got a little, I think that this alien's from, I think it's a Disney alien or something, I'm pretty sure. Is it Toy Story? That's what it is, Toy Story. See this? These people are chiming in there. After you get your coffee, you want to be inducted. Have you ever seen a coffee classroom before? Because that's what you're looking at. You got, if you look across over there, there's different beans from all over the world, Costa Rica, Peru, Colombia, Brazil. Over here looks like the coffee bean machine. Coffee bean machine. Warning, coffee lovers only. All others will be roasted. Also have an old majestic radio, something that you'd be sitting around in your house when the broadcast went on, listening to the alien invasion, scaring you half to death. All right, so again, we got our green alien drink here in Grover's Mill. We're about to taste the World of Worlds.
They actually allow Ellie to be here.
Right.
You know,
of course.
But I guess if they allow aliens, I mean, what's a dog?
Exactly. So before we disturb the greenness, here we go. Time to drink like an alien, to act like an alien, and to taste like an alien.
What do you think?
Oh, you definitely get that pistachio, a little bit of pistachio flavoring, you know what I'm saying?
All right, all right.
Oh yeah, but the coffee is very strong. It's a very strong coffee taste. It's not like too strong, but it's not like too watered down either. I think it's I mean, if it's good enough for aliens, it should be good enough for you.
Coffee, ice cubes.
Oh yes.
In the cold drink, so as it will not get diluted as the ice melts.
It only gets stronger.
That's right.
So in researching this for this adventure, right, I fell upon all these different little aspects and things that I thought would really come together in a fun video.
The coffee shop, or about the entire adventure?
We're talking about the entire adventure. The impression of the day so far.
Well, any adventure, I think, that leads to a really good cup of iced coffee at the end is a win-win. And it really has been interesting. You know, if you're in this area and you like science fiction, and there's a strange feeling you get when you come here. I don't know, maybe it has to do with the aliens.
I think some people are into this kind of stuff, sometimes they're not. But if you can experience a place or actually go to a park, like today we were in a nice park, right? But the park just had a little bit of extra interest, had that cool plaque, right? You come to a coffee shop, my dad loves coffee, I love coffee, but then you add that little extra interest when it happens to be in this place where that story, you know, literally was linked, the World of Worlds, which basically there's not a single person that I've ever known that hasn't heard of the War of the Worlds story, you know, how it was on the radio, or even one of the movies that have been a million remakes over the years. So the story has really stood the test of time. I think even young people, if you ask them what's War of the Worlds, they're going to say aliens, they're going to say
Tom Cruise.
They're going to say Tom Cruise, maybe, I don't know, whatever. People say I look like Tom Cruise a little bit. All right, last but not least, if you guys have Instagram, you should go and definitely like their page. You should go follow their page. It's Grover's Mill Coffee and Roastery. Cha-ching ching, we're already following. Absolutely delicious alien adventure here in Grover's Mill. Nothing like some coffee, energy, and aliens. That's what I'm talking about. The last portion of the broadcast was a monologue by Wells explaining that Martians had been killed by a pathogen. To end the show, Wells went back to his normal persona and announced that the show was a Halloween joke. But the entire time, people thought it was real.
This is Orson Welles, ladies and gentlemen. Out of character, to assure you that the War of the Worlds has no further significance than as the holiday offering it was intended to be. The Mercury Theater's own radio version of dressing up in a sheet and jumping out of a bush and saying boo. Starting now, we couldn't soap all your windows and steal all your garden gates. By tomorrow night, so we did the best next thing. We annihilated the world before your very ears and utterly destroyed the CBS. You will be relieved, I hope, to learn that we didn't mean it, and that both institutions are still open for business. So goodbye, everybody, and remember, please, for the next day or so, the terrible lesson you learned tonight. That grinning, glowing, globular invader of your living room is an inhabitant of the pumpkin patch, and if your doorbell rings and nobody's there, That was no Martian. It's Halloween.
The question is, out there, do you believe in aliens? Do you think that there is life on other planets? Or do you think we're the only life in the universe? I think... Thank you so much again for joining us today on this alien adventure here in New Jersey. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, hit the notification button. Until next time, myself, VKJ, my dad, and of course, Ellie the Bee, will catch you on the alien next one. I think this quote right here sums up the entire video. If aliens are smart enough to travel through space, why do they keep abducting the dumbest people on Earth? If you ever see an alien, I guess offer them a peace offering of coffee. Who would have thunk it? We're out of here.